For the first one, it says, what is the probability of getting only numbers bigger than 2 at least one time? It's just easier to calculate the complement here, which would be 1 minus the probability of getting no number bigger than 0 or bigger than 2. So that would just be 1 minus. So we're going to roll the dice 6 times. So it's going to be 6C. And here we're going to get it 0 times. The probability of getting a number greater than 2 is 4/6. This is going to happen 0 times. And we know that, well, I want to roll a number that is equal or less than 2 all 6 times. Okay. So for this one, it's pretty straightforward. You just put in your calculator. You do 1 minus 6 math C 0, which should be 1, and then times 4 divided by 6 to the 0 power times 2 divided by 6 to the 6 power. So in your calculator, it's going to look something like this. You're going to go ahead and press enter, and you're going to get a pretty high probability, which makes sense too. It's a really high probability to get at least one. So you can see here that it would be 99.86%. Or 0.9986. Okay, so it's going to be 0.9986 or 99.86% of getting a number bigger than 2 at least once. And again, does this make sense? It does make a lot of sense because it's really high probability to get a number bigger than 2. Okay, so that's the first question here. The second question asks us, what is the probability of rolling a number bigger than 2 at most 2 times? And we're going to assume here, again, that we're going to roll the dice six times. So what it's asking us here this time is that we're going to roll a number bigger than 2 at most 2 times. So that means that we can roll it 0 times, we can roll it 1 time, and we can roll it 2 times. Right? There are 3 different possibilities. So what you should do is you want to calculate the probability of getting no number bigger than 0, probability of getting one number, bigger than 2, and the probability of getting exactly 2, and then add those up all together. So sometimes it's just easier to calculate all the probabilities and just to add them together. In this scenario, that is the case. Okay. You could just set this up as 6C0 times 4/6 to the 0 power 2/6 to the 6 power. You're going to add this to 6C1, 4/6 to the 1 power, 2/6 to the 5th power. Again, the exponents represent how many times it's going to happen, right? So in the first scenario, we're going to roll a number bigger than 2 0 times. But we're going to roll a number that's equal to 2 or less than 2 6 times. The second scenario is where we roll a number greater than 2 1 exact time, and we roll a number 2 or less 5 times, right? The probability does not change. And so 6C2 represents we're going to roll a number bigger than 2 times, and we're going to roll a number equal or less than 2 4 times. And so all 3 scenarios represent where we're rolling a number bigger than 2 at most 2 times, either where we roll it none, 1 time, or 2 times. Okay. So you could put this in your calculator. You're just going to add them up together. So in your calculator, it's going to look something like this. 6C0 and then it would be 4 divided by 6 to the 0 power, 2 divided by 6 to the 6 power, and then you're going to add this to 6c1 times 4 divided by 6 to the 1 power, and then 2 divided by 6 to the 5 power, and then you're going to add this to 2 4 divided by 6 to the 2nd power, 2 divided by 6 to the 4th power. You can see our answer here is about 10%, which does kind of make sense. And so we would get 0.1001. You could just round this. I will tell you where to round it. So 10.01%, it's going to be about 10%. So that's pretty reasonable, and that would be our answer.